Do it's Camdork.
Hello everyone, this is Chemdork and welcome to episode number 9 of season number 2 of the My Buildcraft series, where we're playing Minecraft with the mods Buildcraft, Thermal Expansion, and Forestry installed. Okay guys, welcome back. Here we are on top of a lovely mountain over in this yonder area of the world, and I'm holding a wrench because we're doing some work today. Oh, work. Oh. No, it's good work. It's fun work. Yeah. All right, so let's get to work. Ooh boy. Oh my god. Wow, that took a lot more energy or health than I thought of. But anyways, yeah. So today we're gonna have a cool episode. Oh, I shut this off already. No, I didn't know that. What did I say? Oh yeah, that's right. So guess what? If I hit F3 over here, you might see. Over in the upper left corner, you can see the words Minecraft and 1.5.2. Now, correct me if I'm no mathematician or anything, but I think 1.5.2 is a little bit higher than 1.4.7, which is what we've been playing for the past bunch of episodes. And yeah, so I've updated all the mods to the 1.5.2. We're playing the most recent patches of them, as far as I know, today. So that's cool. So we'll be going over some of the changes to at least some to thermal expansion. I'm not going to get too much into forestry because we really honestly haven't gotten too far in ourselves. And yeah, but today is all about power. And yeah. So I mentioned this before. This music's a little loud. I mentioned before that I wanted to have this set up one day where I didn't have this switch, essentially, where I did not need to decide when to turn on and off my power plants, that it would do it automatically for me. And today, that day has come. The redstone energy cell. Woo! It's nice, you can actually right-click, you can shift-click on shift-right-click anyways, from the wrench. Does it shift-left-click? No, just shift right click. Just takes the redstone energy cell away. And what these energy cells are is they allow you to store energy, and they allow you to control the release of that energy with redstone if you chose to do so. It's really cool. You can even tailor the inputs and outputs to make sense with your system, which is really useful. You may not think that's very useful, but it actually kind of is, and you'll kind of see maybe in the more advanced versions of what I'm going to do today. But I have some changes that I want to implement. Namely, these power plants are going to go. I'm going to keep my combustion engines, but I'm going to change the layout of this power plant just slightly. And we're going to be able to fit a whole lot more in here. And yeah, we're really going to power this sucker up because we're only using 8 right now. It's not that much. We're gonna put 16 in. Yeah, we totally are. And we're going to have a lot of aqueous accumulators as well. One for each engine is pretty much what we're going to do. Anyway, so we're going to upgrade these conductive pipes, though, as well to the energy conduits, which are these suckers. So remember from last episode, in order to make these, you have to fill them with liquid redstone, or what is now called destabilized redstone. That's a change made to the thermal expansion mod. But I had to make these. In order to make these, I need hardened glass. Hardened glass was, well, I could do that. I needed the induction smelter. And same thing with the redstone energy cells. I need these electrum ingots, which is, oh, what? That's weird. Is there? Oh, there you go. Electrum blend, yeah. So you needed a whole bunch of different things to make these, and finally I got enough so that I can make them, and there we are. So now we're going to put them in our power plant. The first thing in order to do that, though, is to actually show you the setup. So I'm going to go to the creative world that I set up here and go ahead and do that. Before I do that, though, I'd like to just make a few notes about some things in the base. First of all, when I upgraded, weirdly, the block IDs changed for the thermal expansion mod, or at least some of them, which I have no idea why. Honestly, I'm kind of annoyed with the developers of it, because why would you change the block IDs? There really doesn't seem to be any reason why. Maybe I'm just sort of silly. But basically, everything you see here was turned into an Invar helmet when I upgraded, and I had to go into the configuration and manually change these back. I think it works. I think it's okay, but yeah, at first I got some weird ID mismatch messages. These dusts were also all different. It was very odd. So instead of getting rid of all these and just accepting that and restarting, which I guess I could do, I decided to keep them and go ahead as planned with the new configuration that I had to do manually. The other thing I wanted to note is this induction smelter setup. It's not the final setup. It's not the most efficient. It's just kind of here. I just kind of wanted to put something in just to kind of show you the whole process I might use. And the other thing to note is that I guess I wasn't clear from last time. The order in which you put these items for the recipes does not matter. So for making nether brick, you can take 4 netherrack and put it over in the left side, and the soul sand you can put over in this right side. You can switch these two. It's shapeless, basically, the recipe. I wasn't clear with that before, but I decided to separate them based on how they appeared here, just because it made it easier to sort the items to go to the correct spot, because I didn't want a case where soul sand went into here, filled up with 64 blocks of soul sand, and then it pumped in the additional soul sand into here. I didn't want that to happen, because I want it to make sure that there's always a valid recipe in the induction smelter. So yeah, hope that was kind of clear. Which might be this setup, but I could probably change and adjust the pipes to be a little more efficient. Yeah, whatever. Oh, cool. I also put in this little piston door. Pretty cool. Pretty easy thing to set up. We might set up a few additional ones of those if I can. Yeah, but let's get to it. Yeah, let's get to it. Oh yeah, final word. I will most likely be updating this liquid transposer magma crucible marriage between these two machines. Like I mentioned when I put them in, I could just put them right next to each other, and that would be the most efficient way of using them. I put in this tank for show. It's just kind of for fun. But it is kind of getting in the way, and I can fit a lot more here. So I think I might actually want to put 2 of these setups, of these magma crucible liquid transposer setups, and kind of have like one set for redstone and one set for like seed oils and whatnot when I get them. And that way it would be a little more, it would seem a little better, I guess. But this is the setup as if I wanted to make a liquid. I could always have one set up specifically just to store liquids if I wanted to. Yeah, I might do that, because I really also don't use this pump very often. I blocked this off for creepers, by the way. But yeah, I don't really use this item pumping system very often. Yeah, I just don't have a need for it, really. So that's okay. All right, so that kind of covers all I wanted to. Let's go ahead into the creative world to show you a little bit about what we're going to be doing today. Well, what is this? In front of you, you see a mock-up of what our system's going to be. You also see a snow biome for this test world, which is new. You might not recognize... You may say, Chemdark, what happened to the desert biome? Well, that got basically destroyed when I updated, because now every time I load that test world, it crashes. Don't know why. Anyway, but now this world runs fine. And so here's the mock-up of what it's going to be. Actually, what happens is underneath these engines is an aqueous accumulator. It turns out if you put an engine on top of an aqueous accumulator that has 2 blocks of water underneath it, or next to it, it will be able to transfer that water directly to the engine, so you don't even need piping. That's pretty cool. I didn't really know that. I thought it might work, and it turns out it totally does. So cool. And yes, the reason why we're using 16 engines is because each of these combustion engines outputs a maximum of 6 Minecraft joules per tick when running on fuel. And that means that we're going to have an output total of about 96 Minecraft joules per tick. I say about because these conductive pipes do lose a little bit of energy. I think it still is going to work out to be alright, because it's not quite that long. Maybe it'll be like 95. But anyways, it's calculated to be that way because they're all going to be dumping primarily into a 1 redstone energy cell, which has a maximum input of 100 Minecraft joules per tick. So if we generate anything more, it'll basically cause one of these conductive pipes to explode. And what we want to do and want to have is that when this redstone energy cell is full, that power will have nowhere to go. So we want it to automatically shut off when it's full, when this is full, and we want it to automatically turn on when this is empty. And that's going to work just great, because what we're going to have is this primary redstone energy cell will be connected to a bunch of other ones that are set throughout my base. And I'll either be able to control these other Minecraft's redstone energy cells with redstone, which is what you see here. I can control the way they release their energy, either individually or just have them all go, no problem. And what'll happen is that these will be filled, and when this one gets filled, it's going to shut off the energy to the system. This will stay filled and slowly give its power to these. And then what'll happen is when this redstone energy cell empties, these will actually still be pretty close to full. So what basically will happen is I will be able to fill this up without interrupting the power flow to the rest of my base. I hope that kind of makes sense. So that means that the ones that actually supply energy to my machines, which are these three, will always have power. They should never run out unless I actually run out of fuel for my engines, for example. So that's kind of how it's going to go. What I may end up having is this will split off to fuel 2 of these redstone energy cells, allowing me to have more engines if I need more power, but that'll come later with base expansions, etc. And how we're going to do this is through pipe gates, because the really awesome thing that I mentioned last episode is that pipe gates can and do, oops, kind of wanted that, control, or at least are able to figure out the status of these redstone energy cells. So yeah, we'll take a diamond one, why not? And where's some pipe? There we go. There's pipe. Okay, so put that here, put that here. Can run some structural pipe. You notice how it doesn't connect? It's kind of weird, but it doesn't. So I can put them here. Let's just get some pipe wire, just real quickly. And there we go. Okay, so here we go. And yeah, we'll just do the red. And then we'll do green as well, quickly, so we can see it. All right, so we'll set this one to say, all right, if this, so you see it has these diamond gates can read, of course, the pipe wires, but they can also read the status of this redstone energy cell. So it can be no energy, it can have energy stored, check if it can store energy, or check if it is full. So in this case, if it's full, we can say put out a red signal. There we go. And for this guy, this is an empty cell, so his status on full is not full, but we can say, oh, well, if you're empty, you can put out a green pipe signal, you know, something like that. So we can use the status of these to basically, well, let me do it this way. Let me actually, there we go. See how this is now filling up with energy? We'll change it this way. And this is now not full. So if we turn it back this way, the flow is now going over here. And when this runs out of energy, we'll see both of these turn back on. There we go. So cool. We'll see that in effect here. Basically, if you look to see how I set these up, this is the setup we're going to use. I'm basically going to go over this setup when well, I'll show you how it's going to work. So anyways, I'll show you how it's going to work, and then we'll go over the setup of it when we get back to the base. So this one has some energy in it. I'm going to turn it on so it transfers this energy. As you see, this is now going down. Output, I'm just going to increase the output speed so we see what's happening. When it gets down to 0, which is pretty close, this system will turn on. There we go. All right, cool. And a bunch of things happened there, but it, yeah, turned on the system. And now it is, see how it's actually giving its energy away? It's because it's set to stay on. When these guys are finally full, this will shut off. So I can turn this off, and as you see, it'll actually keep increasing and generating power and storing this power. So pretty cool. pretty cool. And in order to make sure that this actually gains power over time, I just have to set this max output to something less than 100. I don't need to, but I can. Alright, so let's go back to the world and start setting this up. Okay, we are back. We are loud, music-wise? I don't know, maybe I'll shut it off eventually. But we're back, and the first step is to dismantle this, basically. So, here I go. Okay. Goodbye, everything. I'm just going to take it pretty much all apart. Let me go ahead and do that, and I will be back. Whoa, glitching. Gotta get rid of something. This? Okay. I'll be right back. What once was our power plant is now a hole. Yay! We're actually gonna make the engines one block lower as well. That will allow me to lower part of the ceiling, which will allow me to put in a piston door up top by the supply room, the storage room there. So this is kind of good. It's going to be serving a few different purposes. But anyway, so we lowered the floor here a little, and I actually got rid of all the redstone underneath because we're not going to need it. We're just going to need redstone down the center. Alright, so the first thing is that we're going to have 16 combustion engines. We actually need 16 aqueous accumulators, and for some reason I have 18. Don't know why. I need to get rid of this button, so I'm just going to put it somewhere for now. That's fun. Alright, so here we go. 16 aqueous accumulators. Down they go. Whoops. But I'm facing the same way too. You see, when you place them, they actually turn on because they very slowly accumulate water, as you see. Blip, blip. Very tiny. What we actually need to do, though, is make it so that only the top has the orange output. It does affect it if it goes to the sides. It actually tries to give it into these guys, kinda. It's kind of strange. I think it actually does try to resupply each other, so it's actually pretty important to turn it so that only the top side is on. So, whoops, I'm going to do this for this side, and then I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. So you'll see. Okay, all set, and now it's time for water. Time to add the water. So the water will allow it to fill up real quick. Again, I gave myself a little window just for fun. For no other reason other than yay fun. Alright. Oh, right. Yeah, I know how to place the water. Jeez. Sure, whatever. Okay. Nope. There we go. We actually need to place water all the way across here. Just like this. And then we also want to place it here. Alright. Cool. Water placement. Oops. That'll do it. Alright, cool. So now we have water, aqueous accumulators, water, aqueous accumulators, water. So all of these are going to be replenishing really quickly because everybody has 2 blocks of water on each side. Then what we're going to do is, ooh, good, I have enough. Right down the center, I'm just going to put this. There we go. And for fun, I'm going to put, actually no, not for fun, we need this for pipes. Pipes are going to go here. And they're going to be supplying the fuel. So the fuel lines are going to go on the sides. And redstone wire is going to go down the center here for controlling them. Yep. And actually, you have to do it this way. If the engines are one higher, it won't work. They actually won't get powered. So, but they'll get powered this way. So, and then we just need to put them here. And as you see, if I right-click, see how they actually start filling up with water. Pretty nice. In order to change their orientation, though, I need to place the wooden conductive pipes. So, oh, I need more of them. Well, I will need more. So we'll just do one side for now, and then, whoa, hey now, silly. Yep, so that one's facing the right way. We'll just do that. Alright, oh, hey, there you go. Now they're all pointed the right way. I'm going to do the same thing for the other side. All done. now it's just time for the golden conductive pipes. We do actually still need these. For the time being, I might not do anything. I might not send a... Well, we'll see what we can do, actually. We'll see what we do. Alright, so for now, let me do it this way. Do-do-do. And then like this. Oop, didn't want to do that. Don't want to create a circle, because when you do that, it doesn't like it very much. It actually does work okay, though, I think. But for now, we do it this way. Ba-boom. And then coming out of here, we are going to want to decide where to put our redstone energy cell. So for now, this is all set. Let me maybe run our pipe for the fuel line, and then we'll do that. Yeah, then we'll do that. We might be able to hide this engine a little better in this switch. So, but you know, we'll do it for now. We'll do just a simple fuel line that runs directly down here. So we'll set that up. We'll probably have it run right here. Maybe down here. Yeah, that's cool. All right, so I might do that, and I will be right back. Well, guys, I've had a little bit of a change of plans. You see how we were gonna use these things? Yeah, we're gonna use these things instead. We were gonna use the redstone energy conduits anyway, but we were gonna use these conductive pipes right here, mostly because it looks cooler. But actually, I've kind of decided to change a little bit this design. Not of the power plant, but just kind of how I was gonna set it up and be smart. Crap. I don't need a button. Alright, let's get rid of everything else. Let's grab this stuff. Maybe we'll use it again, but most likely we're just never gonna use these wooden conductive pipes again. Because you can pull energy directly from these power plants using, these engines using the redstone energy conduits. So that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna do that. Thing is, we have to make sure, hey, random redstone energy conduit, we actually have to make sure that that's pretty cool. You can just shift right click on them to get rid of them. It's nice. But we actually have to make sure that we do something special. Now, you might set this up first and think, hey, this isn't working at all. It can't do anything, and that's because of the way redstone energy conduits are. They are placed by default with redstone energy conduits have a directionality to them. So when they're placed next to an engine or anything that they can interact with and connect to, by default, they are pointed toward that thing. So in the case of an engine, you actually want to pull energy out. So you see how this little edge here looks like an arrow, and it looks like it's pointed directly to the red portion. Looks like it's an arrow that's pointed directly to the engine. If you right-click on it with a wrench, it changes direction and turns into this, orange thing with the arrow kind of pointing out. That's essentially what you need to do. It's each one of these things. It makes it easy because you generally, by default, you just place them next to an engine or not next to a machine. That way, it just makes sense that way. But we're not doing that this time. Cool. All right. So let me kind of finish up setting this redstone energy conduit system up, and then I will be right back, and we'll finish setting up some of the logic that's going to make this thing go. Okay, guys, I think I got it set up here. What I don't have set up is the setup to go back down to the refineries. We may not be doing that this episode. We'll be doing it some other time. I'll probably put a redstone energy cell in between that I can control from maybe elsewhere. We'll see. But in any case, this does not connect. You can't connect directly from a conduit to a conductive pipe. I've proven that in creative as well, and not going to show it to you because it's not really worth it. And I'd like to get this show sort of wrapped up. This show, this episode, I should say, kind of wrapped up. And there's still a little bit more to go and a little bit of some logic to happen. So here's the setup, basically. It's putting it right into a redstone energy cell. This is now pointed, as you see, by default directly into the redstone energy cell, which is what we want. This is pointed toward it as well, but this is going out, so we want to switch this. Whoop, there we go. And then this setup I have here, basically what I want to have is this switch right here is going to control when this energy cell outputs any energy. Right now, this is actually set to off because by default, when you place a switch, a lever, it's up, and that's off essentially. I always consider this on, so this is going to mean transfer energy out to the rest of my base, in which case that means when it does not have a redstone signal sent to it, it will be enabled, which means it'll send stuff out. So when I power it with a redstone signal, meaning if I do that, this is now set to don't send energy out. And that's actually pretty key in terms of how we want this to work as well. This is something of an override switch, but it also is going to be something of a, and I don't know if this is actually going to work for all of it, but well, we'll see. Basically, that light will turn on when this is set to override on, and as you see, it'll be controlled that way. I don't know if this is going to actually work, so we'll go ahead and see that, but yeah, we'll see. Anyway, we need gates for this because we need to read the status. Now we want a gold gate here and an iron gate here. I mean, it needs to be at least a gold here and at least an iron here. So we're gonna have a red pipe wire down here. We'll just send that signal down. I don't know if I can put it anymore. Yeah, there you go. And then we're gonna send red pipe wire down here as well. I think that's 3 of them down, as well as blue. I'm fairly certain. Ooh, hopefully. Let's see. Yeah, I think this can read the status of blue. Yeah, it can. Okay. So gold. Okay. So what this is going to do is it's going to it's going to read the status of this. When it has no energy, it's going to send out a red pipe signal. And then when it is full of energy, it's going to send out a blue pipe signal. And remember I said I had to rethink how I had to do this. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. So basically I'm going to use a redstone circuit, just a simple RS NOR latch to turn this on and then turn it off. So it's going to turn the system on when it's empty and then turn the power plant off when it's full. Very simple, can't get any easier. I tried to mess around doing it the other way I was going to do it and ran into some problems. Basically, the system had to keep turning on and off, on and off, on and off as it was trying to fill up this energy cell. I kind of realized that afterwards, and I'm like, well, let me just switch to this way because this is going to be easier and pretty simple. So now we're just going to set up a real simple RS NOR latch. I kind of hollowed out this little area here. Now, this is the blue and the red wires, basically, and they will be hooked up to a redstone, or I'm sorry, an RS NOR latch that will connect to here. So I'm just going to put in one of those circuits, and I'll be right back. Okay, I didn't really put in the circuit here, but this is to show you, basically, I guess I'll walk it through. I'll walk you through it. Basically, there's an iron ore gate, and gold and gate. So the iron is going to talk to the red pipe wire. Remember, the red pipe wire is empty, so that will start my system. I'm going to put a red pipe gate right there. And then I'm going to go over to here and put a gold, which can read this blue pipe wire, which continues all the way up there. So the blue pipe wire and the red pipe wire are connected to that gold OR gate, and then there's AND gates right here. These don't need to be either or AND, but basically, if there is a red pipe signal, I want to turn this into a redstone signal. And in this case, if there's a blue pipe signal, I also want to send out a redstone signal. So that means when the energy cell is full, it'll send out a blue signal, and well, send it out here. And it'll send out to this piece of redstone and that piece of redstone. So we need to make ourselves a little RS NOR latch. Real simple. I love these things. I use these all the time, guys, in case you didn't remember. This is basically my favorite and my most useful, well, what I find to be the most useful circuit in my redstone repertoire. There it is. And then what I'll do is just send this out to... Oh, crap, I need another pipe gate. But I'll set it up in a second. But basically, I want to allow this to, whoops, connect to this pipe right here and send out a signal. So let me hook up this little bit of pipe right here, and I will get right back to you. Okay, there we go. Now I've hooked it up, and now it'll say when it gets a redstone signal, send out a red pipe wire signal. And then all the way up there, you might recall, let's go up, let's go up, let's go up, let's go up. It's connected right here to this iron ore gate. And I have it set right now to say if it receives a red pipe signal, which is not true at this point, send out a redstone signal. So what'll happen is when this is empty, oh crap, it's gonna actually need to be the other way. Hold on. Let me turn that off for a second. Oh wow, I totally did this in reverse, didn't I? Yup, it did. Ah crap. Okay, so I'll just connect this guy to this side. That's all. Hold on, give me a second. Okay, here we go. This is actually kind of glitchy. This is not connected to the pipe, even though it looks like it is. It's just, it shows like this little pattern here, but it doesn't connect here because when you actually read the status of redstone here, it says that it does not have a redstone signal. In fact, it says it actually doesn't have a redstone signal. So it's a little glitch, I think, in the system, but basically I just move it back one, turn this, or not turn this, but extend this by one, and now it should read correctly, and it does. Alright, so let's connect that again. Send out a redstone pipe signal. Alright, now it's on. Good. So now it's the right way. Whew. And then what will happen is when it's full, it'll send out a blue signal, shutting or switching this RS NOR latch to that side, which means this is off. And then it will turn back on again, the power plant, when it's empty. Real simple. And I don't know if I actually said this before, but the reason for doing that and the reason why I want to make sure that it's not just like on and off periodically is that I kind of want to make sure that these get turned on. Since they are combustion engines, they do need time to cool. So I can't have them just on and off. I want to make sure the time in between is actually adequate for cooling, and it should be. I also want to increase the output here to something real nice. And the benefit here is that when there's no energy, you know what I want to try? I think I can do it this way. No energy, also put out a redstone signal. I think this will work. Okay, it is doing that. Alright, so this should be putting this into a state of don't do anything, don't send a signal out. And I want to test that. In order to test that, and that's why I don't have this set yet. I don't have this setting set yet because once I do, these engines will turn on and it'll start filling this thing. I want to test that by... Well, I want to test that by running the wires first, or the conduits first to the rest of the base. Once I do that, I'll kind of show you the setup, and then we'll test this thing out. Okay, let me show you what I've done. It's getting sort of late for this episode, so let's try to wrap it up. Okay, so this is where the pipe comes out, and right now it goes just directly here, and I haven't had anything connected to the assembly table. I will, but not this episode. Probably do that, you know, and it'll just all be done before next episode. We'll see. This is going, oh yeah, so this is going to the electric furnaces, which only use a maximum of 2 Minecraft joules per tick, so not much. Pulverizers, I think, are 4. These suckers, though, these are the magma crucibles. They can take a lot, so yeah, I have this one set for that. Actually, that should be fine, because actually, what is this, 4? So that's 40, 80, so this is actually 84 is what should be the output. Yeah! And then it goes up, and I actually kept this exposed for the moment just because I probably won't keep it exposed, but I might. I might keep it kind of exposed. But it goes over to here, and then there is another one, as you see here. That's set. And again, these are already set with the outs going this way, right? Just remember, I toggled these. You have to toggle those going out, but going in, it's by default. So as long as you do that, you know, you'll be all right. Just make sure you know that you have to toggle it if you want the redstone energy conduit to turn an in to an out. So here they had to be toggled right here and here. Yeah. Okay, so now we're ready to go, actually. And these guys are ready to release their energy. And I am ready to test this sucker out. So our redstone energy cell right here is empty. So let's just kind of recap. It's empty. I'm going to set it to release everything it can as fast as it can. Oops, when I click here, this is set for no energy, means red pipe signal. It also means a redstone signal, which is being generated here, which should cause this to stop what it's doing, because it is enabled when it gets no redstone signal or low redstone signal. So that should be that. This is also in a no redstone signal type of setup. There is a torch behind here, but it shouldn't be interfering with this. Alright, so good so far. And then our S NOR latch right here, set to the proper. In this sequence, if it's empty, the red pipe wire gets a signal, gets here, goes over to here, which sends out a redstone signal from this iron AND gate. This redstone signal switches this RS NOR latch switch to the current position that it is in, which is basically the run position. So when this gets a redstone signal, it sends out a red pipe signal to basically tell my power plant to run. And when it is full over there, it sends out a blue wire signal, which tells it to stop. It switches this RS NOR latch, switches this off, switches my plants off. Alright, my plants as in my power plants. The engine's there for the power plant. You get the idea. Alright, so we should see this start to store energy real quick and not output anything when I set this to get a redstone signal. Alright, everybody's running. Everybody's running, and we're not sending out anything. Damn it! What is going on? Why is this not working? Do I actually need to have this? Wait, is it sending out redstone? Is it sending out power? I'm just trying to see what's going on here. If it's sending out power, these things should be actually storing energy. No. Okay, so it's not sending out power. All right, that's fair. I might have to play with the redstone energy input-outputs here, but it should be outputting us something, because this should work just fine. All right, so let's set this to not turn on a redstone signal. Huh, well, that's interesting. Okay, it's actually not putting out a redstone energy. Oh no, it is set to end. Nope. Okay, that did it, I guess. Huh, that's fun. Wait. Well, that's interesting. Okay, well, it's actually, I can't use that switch at least. Or if I can, I gotta turn it off. Huh. Yeah, I switched it to high. Alright, I'm not really sure what's going on here. Let me try to figure this out for a second, and then I will let you know. Okay, I got it. So now it's not sending out a redstone energy. It's not sending out the energy. I got it. I'm kind of an idiot for this, but Don't yell at me too much, guys. Don't yell at me too much. I'm just a person. Hold on. I'm just kind of figuring this out as I go. Okay, so this is set to low, which means that it shouldn't be sending out energy. When I turn this on, it should, because essentially, well, let's see. It should send out energy right now. That should be set to send out energy. Come on, go fast, go fast, go fast. Okay, so yeah, that's climbing, so now it's getting energy. All right, so that's fine. That's fine. That's clear. The reason why it wasn't working under the control of this gate, which makes total sense now, is because it was set to no energy, send out a redstone signal. That's what we don't want. We want, I'm sorry. So that can be on, which is actually the same thing as this. Okay, so what we should do is if the thing can, you know what? We can't do it this way. We can do it another way, but we'd have to connect down to our RS NOR latch. This should actually work okay, though. The way it is, this should work fine because it seems like it's doing all right. I think this was for sending out energy. Was that right? Under the current send up, it should be sending energy out. Yes, maybe. Maybe. Yep, it is. Okay, good. Okay, this should work fine. Yay! So we got our stuff going. This is great. This is working. It really is working. The really is working. The setup is really working. See how it's not really getting that much energy, not that quickly, anyways. It's because first of all, this is set equally, and second of all, see what's going to happen is if they're all empty, it's going to be kind of problematic, and this is going to just creep up like you see. It's not really creeping up, but it's creeping actually down. When I do this, when I shut it down, though, this is going up as it kind of should. So I'm just going to do that for now. I'll probably mess around a little bit with the redstone of this, but the basic idea is right here. The basic setup is going just fine. All right, so this should shut off then when it reaches full power, and yay, it works. Cool, yay, new power plant. All right. Okay, guys, I am out of here. Thank you for watching this episode. See episode number 10 for the next episode, whenever it comes out. All right, guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.